Tip, tip, hop, 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 tick, tap, hop.
You're like, okay.
Looks great.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. We thought we would talk more about pregnancy because that is approaching very quickly in the sense of us beginning to try very soon, probably in the next like 3 weeks. With that comes a lot of excitement, a lot of anxiety. So we thought we would share with you some of our worries and excitements and all the things that are kind of going through our minds. Sean over here has created a list. I'm not really sure of what. I think it's different topics.
So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna talk. I'm just gonna throw out things, see how she feels about them, and get a little bit of a commentary on them. Are you ready?
Yeah, and you're gonna share a little bit too, or?
Yeah, I'll dip in from here and there. All right,
We're in
first
this
thing.
together, right?
We're in this together. First thing, when we have a new kid, are you looking forward to or not excited about only getting about 2 hours of sleep at a time, and then also having to go wake up in the morning to take care of our first child? Thoughts, feelings, emotions?
That's what you chose to kick it off with?
That's what I chose to kick it off with.
I haven't actually thought about it in the sense of having to wake up every 2 hours to nurse and then having to deal with a toddler the next day.
That's a lot.
Not deal with, but care for. Yeah, you're gonna help me out a lot, right?
I'm gonna help a ton. When we had my nephew for 6 months, he was a newborn and Jackson was only 6 months old. And all we did was we just took turns taking care of them during the day. And at nighttime, we both went separate directions to take care of them. But this time, Jackson sleeps through the night, so.
Yeah, and you're not home during the day. Either way, I know that God will give us the energy, and that even in the season of having our nephew Silas with us, even though it was kind of difficult, in those moments, you don't dwell on the difficulty, you just think like,
Get through it.
there's no option.
Yeah.
Like, you just do it. Yeah,
Next thing,
oh gosh.
morning sickness.
Oh yeah.
That's like the first step.
Yeah, I got nauseous the other night. We were like playing a game and I just like randomly was nauseous and I was like, oh, this just brought back so many bad memories of being constantly nauseous. I think the first trimester with Jackson, like all I ate was ice cream because that's all I could hold down. No, wait. I did eat some In-N-Out because I couldn't eat McDonald's French fries. So if I wanted French fries, it had to be In-N-Out because McDonald's French fries tasted like fish. It tasted like I could taste like the fish oil and it was so disgusting. How are you eating this? It's so gross.
Fishy French fries. Next thing, pregnancy moods.
Pregnancy moods.
The
I don't know what
dramatic-
you're talking about. I
Dramatic mood swings.
am the exact same person I am right now as I am when I am pregnant.
We'll just not.
How do you feel about pregnancy moods? How do you feel about my morning sickness?
Yeah, what? There's no moods. No such thing as a pregnancy mood.
I will say this, pregnancy brain was probably the hardest thing for me.
Pregnancy brain is hilarious.
I can think of 3 times. 2 of them were SD cards and 1 of them was my keys. I don't forget things usually. Like if I put something somewhere, like I remember. Sean usually will misplace things. It was like, took like a week for us to find each thing. And I was like, babe, where is the SD card? Like I need it, where's the keys? Like you did it, you put it somewhere. And he was like, are you sure it's not in your bag? And I was like, it's not in my bag, like I checked. I think every single time it was in my bag.
The next thing, and since these are in no particular order, recovery. After the birth,
That I think is the most traumatic thing.
it's pretty bad.
Giving birth, I did a natural birth. You would think like, oh, giving birth would be kind of like where worries would come. Nope. Giving birth was fine. It was the week following, recovering, also having a newborn, also learning how to nurse. Your body's going through so many changes, and I tore pretty bad. I'm just gonna be honest. Like I tore really bad the first time, and going number 1. Pee, which you have to drink a lot of water after you give birth because you need to have your milk come in, so you need to keep your hydration levels up. And I remember the first day we came home and I was like, I'm just not gonna drink water. Sean was like, Kristen, here's some water. You need to drink some water. Here's some water. Drink some water. And I was like, I can't do it. I can't do it.
It's a very sad process to watch as a guy that you're just kind of helpless and you're helping them walk to the bathroom and then you have to help them walk back and they're wearing diapers, if you didn't know.
I had to change my own diapers. I had to change Jackson's diapers. And Sean was super helpful, but there's only so much you can do. It's not like you could take the pain away, you know?
Yeah.
But there's such thing as a numbing spray. Look into that. It's great. It was my best friend.
Next thing, breastfeeding. Also think about pumping and storing milk.
We had a really good experience nursing Jackson. He did really well. We did a class on nursing, and I feel like we were prepared. We knew what was going on when we wasn't eating well enough, or he wasn't getting enough milk, or he wasn't having a good latch. We kind of understood.
Yeah, big tip. Figure out what a good latch looks like.
Yeah.
That is like the killer of people that have never had a kid before. If we hadn't taken a class,
yes,
we would have been just
One thing I highly recommend, if you are pregnant and you're thinking like, what do I need to know? Take a breastfeeding class if you plan on nursing.
For real.
We took a few different classes, honestly, and there was one class that was like a 101, so it touched on nursing, but it didn't go as in depth. Take a breastfeeding class. That will save your whole life. Really made such a difference. It's something we always recommend to people because it's not, they always say like, people think like, oh, you're gonna give birth and they're just gonna latch you quickly and it's gonna be wonderful and a beautiful experience. No, the baby doesn't know how to nurse. You don't know how to nurse. No one knows what they're doing. You need to learn together.
True.
And so nursing was great. I think the hardest part was I almost got mastitis, which if you don't know mastitis, it is having a clogged duct. If you get that, you can get really, really sick where you literally are bedridden. It's not contagious, the baby's not in any danger, but it is excruciating. Luckily, I didn't get it. We caught it early enough. But there's a lot of things with nursing that are just like, you leak, you're squirting the baby in the face. It's
really funny.
It's just a lot.
Next thing, of course, no order. So during pregnancy, you can't have coffee. How do you feel?
You can have coffee.
You can't have very much coffee.
Can't have very much coffee. I'm not too worried about the coffee. I feel like it's more like other things like deli meat. There's a bunch of random things. I'm like, what is it again? Like sushi and...
Next, post-birth. There's one thing that I never thought of before we had a first kid. And it's just like one of those random things that you don't really think about. Cleaning the belly button.
Oh, the baby's belly button? Yeah, that thing's gross.
It was weird.
It takes a couple weeks and it just looks really gross and you have to clean it. I didn't really take care of it as much as he did because I did all the nursing, he did all the diaper changing.
And this is not written down, but speaking of diaper changes as a newborn.
I got peed on so many times.
I totally forgot about the pee cap thing, the TP.
Yeah, for boys. I don't know how it is for girls, but for boys.
The PPTP.
Yeah.
It's a little like cone thing and you have to put it over them when you take the diaper off because the cold air like stimulates it and makes them want to pee. So we have a story quickly. Our dog, who doesn't live with us anymore because we had a kid and we're those people that got a dog before we had a kid and now we don't have a dog.
The dog is still in the family. It's at his mom's.
He's at my mom's house. We're those people. We had a dog and we had a kid and within the first like week or so of having Jackson, we went to go change his diaper. Jackson peed and so it did the big like whoop up off of the table and Leo, our dog, was just sitting on the floor innocent as could be, and I looked down and he was just covered.
I think we have a picture.
Poor guy, had no idea what was going on, but that's why they make those little PPTPs.
Yeah, if you don't have one of the PPTPs, you can just cover it with another diaper, which is something we would do if we, like when we were out in public, at least I would do.
Next thing, post-birth, new baby, supporting the head. Something that I just don't think about anymore because Jackson is like a 40-pound little monster. I can like throw him across the room and he just gets up and he's like, all right, here we go.
Not that he does.
Not that I do. Yeah, I'm just saying, we wrestle, so. But a newborn, like I went to go hold our nephew at my other nephew's birthday party. He was still like relatively new, like a couple months I think. And like I went to go hold him and I was just like, oh yeah, I forgot. He's like this. But I went to go hold him.
Little bobbleheads.
So that's just something I forgot about that I'm actually kind of looking forward to because they're very little.
I definitely feel like I've forgotten how to hold newborns and just all the things that have come with it. I didn't think I would, honestly.
Gotta relearn.
Which will be fun.
Yeah.
It'll be fun, but it'll definitely be, I feel like I have to research everything all over again because I don't remember anything. And I did a ton of research last time.
Next thing, this is a huge convenience when you have a child. When you put them down, because we used to have those little like play mats where they'd like look up and they'd have all like the stimulation toys or whatever. They don't leave.
That is wonderful.
That's really nice. So you're with your baby and you put them on the play mat and then you walk to the kitchen, you go to the bathroom real quick. When you come back, they're still there. I do miss that.
That was really nice, being able to count on the fact that you're not able to move yourself. Yeah.
Jackson right now, it's like you take your eyes off of him for a second, he's just gone.
No, I think all the aspects of having a newborn, because it has been so long, is gonna feel like new again and like really exciting. Yeah, I'm excited to have a newborn. I'm just not excited to go through pregnancy again. Even though I had a great pregnancy, I really enjoyed being pregnant. Okay guys, so that concludes our video for the day. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, click the bell to get notified of new videos, and go ahead and comment below if there's anything that you kind of have questions about, that maybe we're feeling when it comes to having a second kid, or anything that you're wondering about us for our marriage or our parenting or things like that, drop a comment or shoot me a DM on Instagram. These are just small topics that have been on our heart and our minds when it comes to the thought of having a second kid. Obviously, there's a lot more I think that is going to come up as we get closer to it. So we want to continue to share those things with you guys. So this is probably just like a part 1. We don't really know exactly what's gonna happen, but God does, and that's super exciting. So we are just ready for what He has for our family, and we're going to walk through the doors as He opens them. Yeah, thank you again so much for watching. Thank you, babe, for making that list while I was getting ready. Yeah, have a great day, you guys. Bye.